Hello, hello. Welcome to September. Yesterday was Labor Day, and today we're back at it. This morning we had an emergency call to a cardboard factory that we work at. One of their air dryers was down. And that's a place that I don't really work at anymore because the three of us used to go there like we go everywhere. But they've recently upgraded their security protocols. So now security is really tight and they don't want extra bodies in there. And also the space that this particular air dryer is in, it's very small. So I am off to do my own job today, and I've only got one really small job to do. And usually you guys know how much I enjoy working by myself, but today I'm just not into it. Today I was really hoping to spend the day with my dad and my brother, but just because we had a 3-day long weekend and I don't know, I just wanted to hang out with them. But I'm gonna drive to my place. I think it takes like 45 minutes, and then I'm gonna go see about a beverage cooler that is leaking on the floor. So we'll see what we see there.
Okay, first things first, let's open Jobber.
All right, I don't know how to get to where I'm going. There it is. Takes me right to the map. Oh, it's a 30-minute drive. Perfect. Start. I had to park under a tree over the whole long weekend, and some lovely bird did this. So now I gotta wash my truck now. Thanks a lot, bird.
Since I was working alone, I was able to talk you guys through a lot of this job, so I'm not going to narrate this job.
It's a dead moth. Okay, now that's all empty. I'm gonna go find the power to turn this thing off. And then I have to lift, how do I do this? I have to lift this cover and then take out all the screws and then take out the second cover as well. Alright, are these labeled? Stand-up cooler, 2933. It's the left-hand side cooler, so I'm gonna say it's this 33. Let's go look. Perfect. All right, so the evaporator is right inside here, behind this panel or this panel or both. So I have to remove this white cover, this silver cover, and there's just like 1,000 1/4-inch screws that I need to take out. Okay, that kind of sucks. These screws are so close to this little frame thing that my little nut driver bit doesn't actually fit around it. So instead of them coming out with this, I have to do them by hand because this one works because of that. It's gonna take me way longer. Not so bad. Okay, now I can get this off. Alright, I've basically disassembled this thing. Here's the evaporator coil, and the drain that I need to clear is, let's see if I can show you. Oh, there she is. Alright, I've got this tube. Let's see if it will go where I need it to go. I need it to do it like a hard 90. Oh, those evaporator fins are sharp. Let's see. Okay, that's clear now. Oh, it's all dirty and nasty. Okay, now we're gonna test it with some hot water. Okay, that's running nicely. Okay, now that I've thrown a bunch of water down there, those two water troughs in the back, there's one back there, you can see those little baffles. Those evaporate the water out of the trough. Oh, it's so hard to see, I'm sorry. There we go, there's baffles. And on that side as well. So I'm gonna see if I can vacuum out as much of that water as possible. Okay, that's done. Now, before I put this whole thing back together, I'm just gonna, where's my flashlight? Gonna get rid of all that sludgy stuff there too, because that's gonna end up down the drain and blocking it too. So we'll clean that up. Yeah, it's just gross. It's a lot more silty sludge that I wasn't expecting in there. I know this is gross, but it's interesting what's inside there. Make sure all of these fans are running. Yes, they are. There we go, that's much better. Alright, well that's all done. It seems like so much work and so much effort for such a silly thing to unclog a drain. But I guess it's not so silly when you have water leaking on your liquor store floor. It's not only a little bit unsightly, but it's kind of dangerous as well. If somebody slips and falls, that's your problem. So that's not a problem anymore. But what an effort just to get to that little drain.
If I do this before leaving the job site, it saves me so much time doing admin later on. We worked at a Tim Hortons in my last vlog, but this one is at a gas station. It's the second of two that we service. They've got a milk cooler that wasn't holding temperature and also had a weird piece of like random frozenness on it. Trevor got behind it and blew it out with some nitrogen, and we got so much dirt out of there. It was pretty crazy.
It is madness working in there when everyone is doing everything.
They have some beeping alarm in there constantly, all the time. After we blew it out with nitrogen, it came down to temperature pretty quickly, so that was our only problem here. And this time Trevor got to crawl in the tiny little space instead of me. We've moved on now to a different coffee shop where their cooler in the back was freezing over and leaking a bunch of water. The refrigerant pressures were okay, and what we found was a faulty thermostat, which wasn't allowing the cooler to stop cooling.
How did that
basically
actually go in somewhere? Oh.
Yeah, it's got a little spot to go in.
Oh, yeah?
It's just behind this pipe here.
Oh, okay.
But it's right there.
Okay.
It took a surprising amount of willpower to not sneak one of those cookies.
No, 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 no. Can you grab that for me, Triv?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I got it.
Thank you. You don't trust me.
I wouldn't either.
Thank you. I've been squash it a little bit.
Well, no, take it away from the power.
I did not expect that to work.
Crazy! I'm working solo again today. It hasn't happened in so long, and now I've done quite a few solo days. Mostly just because it's like our filter change period. We go through these like ups and downs of no filter changes for weeks, and then suddenly all the filter changes together. So that's what I'm off to do today. All right, I got a truck full of filters. Usually I throw them in the back, but the back is just packed with other stuff. So I have the space in here. So got all my filters. Let's go get her done. Let's get Jobber going, because I I rely pretty heavily on using GPS to get from place to place. So let's get that in our GPS. Okay, there, I found it. So now I know where I'm going, and it's gonna take me, what, 21 minutes to get there, so let's go. All right, I know these filters aren't very dirty, but I'm doing the rest of the building, so I might as well do these two. Oh, they're fairly dirty. The next two filters in this building are these really poorly installed units. I just laugh at this line set every time we come here. Anyway, there's an awkward one right in there, and then one in there too. This next place I'm at, I have to go and grab the roof access key from a secret spot at the back of this warehouse. So I'm gonna grab that, and I'm not gonna show you where it is because it's a secret. Okay, got the key. This door can be very finicky. I almost cried out of frustration one year when I couldn't open it. Oh, someone must have fixed it. No. I'm gonna need 2 hands for this, I think. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna need 2 hands. Wish me luck. So it's not that bad. You just have to push the key and then pull the door. So we're good. We're in. Okay, we're going up this ladder. That's probably an interesting angle. Okay. Whew. All right, there's literally just filters in this bag, so not that heavy. Just gonna rope that up and get her done. not so bad. And I have to walk all the way to the end of this roof to get to the 2 units that I'm working on today. And I gotta lug my bag of filters and my tool bag, which admittedly is mostly full of video recording stuff today because I have to make a little bit of content for one of the brands that I work for, so I gotta lug this bag as well. I have to climb over 2 of these walls. One right here and one over there. And they're just the most inconvenient size. Okay. I made it. Made it to my units. I've got 2 Lennox units to do, this one and this one. Got my tool bag, and I'm so thankful that I brought my water bottle up with me because that is a bit of a workout, walking all that distance. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about that right now. Sometimes these panels are really hard to get off. They're just like kind of stuck to the unit. So once you've removed the screws, I take a little small screwdriver and I just shove it in there and it'll just pry it open like this. And just in case you didn't know, yeah, I don't know how else you would open this panel, but anyway, thanks Lennox, thanks for providing this. So it's a bit difficult to film everything by myself and do everything that I need to do. So I'm just going to tell you what I did. I checked this unit in both heating and in cooling. I kind of cheated though. I did jump it out on the little terminal block right over here in both heating and cooling to make sure that all of the components work. They sound okay, they feel okay. I checked incoming voltage, checked that capacitor, that is still good. Did a little visual inspection of the coil, which looks good, except for this little bug right here. I'm gonna leave him. Woo! Never mind, he's gone. And oh, you know what I haven't done yet is check the heat exchanger. So I will do that next. All right, I got that heat exchanger panel open. Let's take a look. Everything I just did to that unit, I am now going to do to this unit. All right, I'm all done, all packed up, and now I start the long journey back that way. I have a sandwich in the truck. I can't wait to eat it. All right, the long walk is over. Now I'm just gonna lower my stuff down this ladder. And go have some lunch. Not my best rope sausage, but it'll do. Cheers.
Guess what we're doing next? You guys have come along with us on so many of these water source heat pump unit replacements, but this one's a little different because it's in an urgent care clinic and they've had to build this like hazmat tent for us so it can contain all the dust that we may or may not make. They've got this HEPA filter thing going off in the corner. And we've got our ducting off, our power cable, our control cable, everything's off. But we ran into a massive snag where the water shutoff valves weren't working. So the water was just flowing and flowing. So unfortunately, they're going to have to get a plumber to replace those valves before we can do our job.
Well, that job was a bust. Just gonna pivot and do something different today.
Any guesses as to what's in this big long box? It's a Tecumseh. Remember that condenser coil we attempted to repair a few weeks ago? Well, here's the replacement. Out with the old and leaky. Get the new one out of its box and protective coverings. And in with the new. Look how shiny and beautiful she is. We'll take this one off to metal recycling a little later. Trevor's just brazing in the new one. And because the system has been exposed to the elements, we're replacing the filter dryer as well. Beautiful.
Haha. Hairnet.
So it's back up and running now. We did notice that that one condenser fan motor didn't start as it should have, so we're going to investigate that a little further.
Our beautiful new coil is all covered. Too bad the equipment on the rest of the equipment on this roof is so shoddy, like even this.
Goodbye forever, old coil.
Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of the HVAC Diaries HVAC vlog. If you have watched this far, and if you're still with me right now, I just want to let you know that I have decided that I'm not going to continue with my vlog. It's proving to be difficult to take videos of everything, especially when I'm working in a team. So maybe when I start working more alone, I will be able to start my vlogs up again. But for now, I'm just gonna put it on the back burner and be done with it for now. I am going to produce one more vlog. I've got it all ready to go. So yeah. Regardless, thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. See you later.